Why do speakermen go crazy flexing? What is the lucky cameraman hiding? What is at the end of the corridor? Why did plungerman hit the dark speakerman? What is the real reason the twins died? Why does a hybrid cyborg tear off heads? Where did the real people come from in the SKIBIDI laboratory? And why were there only skeletons left of them? What is Michael Jackson doing here? You will find out all this and more by watching this video until the very end. Greetings, my dear viewers. The Pyramid on Air. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button to speed up the release of the next analytical video. Traditionally, if we look at the video subscription, we will see what is written there. Squad goes through the bottom floor. This means that our squad is going through the bottom floor to find the central core of the laboratory. In the previous episode, we saw how the squad descended from the 4th floor to the -3rd floor. And they will pass through this -3rd floor to find where the SKIBIDI scientist is hiding. As we already know, Lucky Cameraman is associated with a secret agent who provided him with a special device to unlock any locks and a digital tablet with a detailed 3D map of the laboratory mazes. And before diving into the analysis of every tiny detail and every Easter egg, I want you to hit the like button on this video because only 9% of my viewers are subscribed to my channel. This means that the remaining 91% for some reason have not subscribed, despite it being very simple to do. Come on guys, subscribe and share this video with your friends. I assure you the highest quality content awaits you. In any case, we're starting. The episode begins with a fight in a corridor with red lights. As far as we can assume, this corridor is behind that door on the -3rd floor. We see a small but quite aggressive Strider attacking Plungerman. This time, Boom decided to start the episode with an unexpected screamer. From the very beginning, we understand that the series will be permeated with mystery and danger. The attacking Strider has a red valve visible in its eye. Interestingly, a detail somewhat resembling a clock. Let's ask our friend Clockman what he thinks about it. Hey, hello, brother.
Hi to everyone, dear viewers. Pyramid on Air.
What do you think that red valve is?
This is a reference to a famous video game company. I would say very famous because they came up with an online Steam service for players. With this Easter egg, the author expresses his respect for the games and the Half-Life universe. After all, it was this company that created the SFM editor in which Boom animates its series. This is his main tool.
Ah, that's how it is. Interesting, thanks. Well, let's get back to what's happening. The battle is very fierce. Plungerman defends himself with his left hand from the valve toilet strike. This detail emphasizes the brutality of our hero. Then Plungerman delivers a powerful punch with his right fist. But this time, we can see an upgrade. 4 small spikes have appeared on the bones of his fingers. At the right moment, they extend forward, and Plungerman delivers fatal blows.
I wonder where he got these upgrades. Most likely, his scientist friend invented them when making his new legs. Before, he didn't use these spikes. Maybe we just didn't notice.
You know, for example, combat spikes on the knuckles can also be seen on Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman in the 65th episode. And similar combat plates can be seen on Titan TV Man in the 67th episode. Next, Plungerman kicks Valve Toilet with his feet. Then he grabs his trusty plunger, but this time we see an upgrade. The plunger head is equipped with multiple sharp blades. And here again arises the question of where such a powerful weapon came from. Because when they descended in the elevator to the -3rd floor, his plunger was absolutely ordinary.
This suggests that various ammunition, including knives, were in the crates in the corridor. According to my theory, he found all the available folding knives in these boxes, and he specially improved his plunger. As a result, he got a brutal mace that deals very significant damage.
Okay, thanks, brother. The matter with Valve Toilet is settled, and nearby we can see the real skeleton of a person. The last time we saw real people was at the very beginning when the episodes of the series just started. Remember in my last collab with Moby and Hiko, we were discussing theories about there being people in the laboratory?
Yes, of course I remember. It was cool. I think viewers should definitely watch this interesting video. And let's talk more about theories related to real people and their skeletons a little later. So I ask viewers to watch the video until the very end.
Good. Next, we see Dark Speakerman fighting parasites. He handles cold weapons very skillfully and professionally.
It's interesting what the parasites are doing here. Most likely, they let them onto the floor so that if a prisoner breaks free from his cell, the parasite would immediately take over his consciousness. And here we see how Dark Speakerman's consciousness is almost successfully taken over. But this character is too strong and agile, so he easily shakes off the parasite and smashes it to the ground with a powerful blow.
It's amazing how skillfully he smeared it to hell. Then we see another dead scientist on the floor. Take a close look. He's wearing a white lab coat. In the next frame, we see a group of agents each doing their own thing. In the background, cameramen are making fun of the last toilet. This particular scene was shown to us in the previous leak. If you're observant enough, you might notice that the leak and the episode differ from each other.
Yes, there are some differences.
But that's not surprising. Speakerman Freak shows his character and indifference, waiting for his friends to finish their mockery. Take a look at the picture on the right. There are 2 more agents lying there. It's funny that they are lying in a 69 pose, hinting at the episode number.
I love it when Boom talks to us with such jokes.
Yes, he knows how to insert a joke at the right moment. But where did these bodies come from? Because when the squad went down to the -3rd floor in the elevator, there were only 10 living agents. These 2 are clearly have been here for a long time. So by scanning past episodes, we can understand that the scientist SKIBIDI captured many agents and experimented on them.
Maybe we'll meet someone from these characters, and they'll turn out to be alive and join the squad!
Let's see how the plot develops. By the way, pay attention to Lucky Cameraman. He is busy with navigation, as his digital tablet contains the necessary information about where to go. As we all know, the secret agent directs the team of agents using Lucky Cameraman. But more on that later, so watch the video to the end. Next, we see Dark Speakerman retrieving his knives, and behind him, heads of toilets peek out from the window of the experimental chamber. Honestly, they are even a bit pitiful.
Oh my god, how ugly they are.
Pay attention to the doors. The typology of these doors is very similar to the main entrance doors to the bunker. Without a doubt, this place is connected to genetic experiments. Well, next, the group moves forward, and we see another human skeleton on the floor.
Only God knows how many people died here.
The team moves forward to super epic music. In the prison cell on the left, we see a toilet engulfed in flames. Most likely, this is where the orange techno magic that the TV woman uses is developed. Notice the lamp shining on the victim. SKIBIDI scientist is trying to understand how the techno magic of the TV race works and get this power for himself, or come up with a technology that allows you to get complete protection from digital fire magic.
Next, we see more prisoners. One of them looks very similar to the toilet from the first season that attacked people in the restaurant. And again, a human skeleton, this time lying by the door terminal.
Yes, it's like some kind of wardrobe with skeletons, if you know what I mean. So Lucky Cameraman rushes to the terminal and hacks it. At the same time, he constantly looks at his digital tablet, checking it against the room map. I think he has a complete 3D map of the entire laboratory. But why doesn't he show it to the others?
I'm sure he knows much more than any of his team.
On the left in the chamber, we see dead SKIBIDI toilets. According to my theory, some necromancy rituals were performed on these specimens. Perhaps in the future, we will see squads of acid skulls consisting of multiple medium-sized skeletons. But maybe the series creator just wanted to reference a well-known meme with skulls. Next, we see the squad moving towards the exit and looking with surprise at all these freaks. And only Speakermen, as usual, carelessly have fun, dancing their favorite flex dance.
By the way, according to my theory, the music you hear now comes precisely from their speakers.
There is also a version that Dark Speakerman himself plays this music, because this music suits his character perfectly. Just as brutal and assertive. I must admit that I like this guy, just like me in my youth.
Well, 2 ordinary speakermen don't care about what to dance to because it's their favorite activity.
Next, a huge room opens up before us. On the left, we see some kind of boiler room, or are those tanks with acid? In any case, something very unpleasant is happening here.
I can assume that these tanks contain chemical elements, and in this hall they are mixed to obtain the required acid solution.
By the way, pay attention to the corner. We see a hidden surveillance camera. I think such surveillance cameras are located throughout the laboratory complex. On the right, we see a huge door. Most likely, this workshop produces some giant SKIBIDI toilets. It is quite possible that large acid skulls are created in this hangar. And we also see blood on the floor and scattered small-sized toilets.
Wow, what a surprise! The severed head of a cameraman! What the hell is happening here?
There's a crazy hybrid cyborg lurking above. It was he who threw his head into the Alliance squad. He jumps right behind the unsuspecting agent and effortlessly rips his head off.
And what are these wires instead of his neck?
Interesting detail. I think this is the former head of the hybrid cyborg himself. Some kind of experimental model of the head and neck. Because agents' necks are usually completely different. Most likely his head was replaced with a toilet and he simply doesn't know what to do now. And he simply doesn't remember where he got this head from. So he just throws it around in an attempt to get someone to help him understand and remember what happened to him.
Look, the cameraman is trying to paralyze him with his rifle, but nothing is working.
The crazy cyborg lunges at PLUNGERMAN. A fight ensues, but the cyborg is so strong that PLUNGERMAN probably won't handle it alone. And at that moment, Dark SPEAKERMAN comes to his aid. He quickly attacks like a ninja, but the cyborg easily throws him off his neck. Then PLUNGERMAN delivers a control blow right to the ugly face.
Look closely, there's another skeleton lying nearby. I counted a whole 5 of them. How many did you count? Write in the comments.
By the way, maybe this cyborg hybrid is decapitating everyone precisely because at some point it was made from the body of an agent whose head was severed, and now subconsciously, in search of its head, it attacks everyone and tries to find its head.
I think they didn't kill him for good. He's still alive and we might encounter him again.
Yes, it was an epic scene. We lost a good fighter. Press F to pay respects.
Rest in peace, brother.
Rest in peace, brothers. By the way, did you notice the blades on the mace? They're 100% made from folding knives.
Yes, you're right. It really looks like it.
Dark SPEAKERMAN made sure they could move on, but at that moment, an alarm sounded. I'm sure someone is watching them through surveillance cameras installed in every room. Most likely, the monitoring station is in the central core of the bunker.
Yes, it really looks like some kind of Squid Game.
With the alarm, all the doors of the prison cells opened, and genetic freaks were set free to tear apart anyone in their path. There's no time for reflection. They just need to run headlong. Lucky opened it. Like a cameraman who seems to know everything in advance, he already opened the next airlock door and called his friends over. The whole team rushes to save themselves, and the fastest of them, naturally, is Dark SPEAKERMAN because he has a jetpack on his back. Note that Boom painted the shirts of the twins in a tender salad color. This wasn't there before. Are these really the same twins?
Here! Look, it's the SKIBIDI toilet specially designed against the Titans. It has protected eyes and ears. For example, in the 46th episode, we can see a giant vacuum toilet, exactly with the same technology.
Yes, brother. It's an interesting detail, but pay attention to how far Lucky Cameraman's remote control can work. It's truly a unique device. Using this device, Lucky Cameraman closes the compartments of the next airlock, and we see how in the boiler room, where we met the cyborg hybrid, that huge door breaks. And from that door emerges a giant SKIBIDI toilet with the head of Michael Jackson. The airlock doors managed to close right in front of his nose. The two SPEAKERMAN brothers were very pleased and started flexing their victorious dance.
Wow, it's just incredible power. How does it break such thick doors?
I don't know what this technology is, but it makes my cybernetic prosthetics freeze in amazement. This time, decided to make a real escape horror. That's why Michael Jackson appeared in this episode. After all, this is a reference to the popular screamer game, Escape the Ayuwoki. And we can hear his famous cry, hee, really creepy sight.
Where did that hee thing come from?
Michael Jackson is the king of pop and has undergone a lot of plastic surgery. That's why they decided to make him a horror hero, wild horror, in the best traditions of escape horror games. It's a pity for the two speaker-flexing brothers. I'm already used to them. Ayuwoki toilet was just tearing them into small pieces. Spare parts scattered all over the hall. A sad sight.
Press F to pay respects.
Rest in peace, brothers.
Rest in peace, brothers.
By the way, from what I understand, that big hangar is specifically intended for the Michael Jackson toilet, and apparently it has some abilities or weapons related to acid. Possibly in this room, they refueled his weapon with acid, and it's quite possible that he breaks these huge doors using acid. But this is just my theory. What do you think about it? Please write in the comments. Next, we see how Lucky Cameraman realized that something was burning, and the situation became very tense. He ran to open the remaining doors. The whole team rushed after him because they realized that Michael Jackson wouldn't stop at anything.
Look along the way. We see some boxes and containers, and on one of them, numbers are written. What could these numbers mean?
150686. We need to think about this. It's not easy to figure out here.
All right then, subscribe to the channel, and in the next videos, we'll definitely decipher this Easter egg.
Look at how quickly the whole team runs to the next door. Probably the last time they ran so fast was in school when they took a physical education test.
Really? Well then, the turquoise twins obviously had a problem with physical education. Why couldn't they run as fast as PLUNGERMAN?
I don't know. Maybe we didn't see someone hit them with some special weapon, and their speed greatly greatly decreased, because when they ran through the corridor, sparks were flying very strongly from them. And here it's unclear whether these are sparks because there was an explosion or sparks because someone applied some secret weapon to them.
You know, I thought that maybe the secret agent remotely connected to them and broke their internal systems.
Possible, but why would he need it?
Most likely he has some cunning plan, and if you stick to that plan, only certain agents should reach the end.
In this scene, very interesting actions of Dark Speakerman take place. I assume that this character has undergone many combat operations. You can feel it in his toughness and confidence. It is quite possible that he has a strong combat intuition based on numerous clashes and fights.
There is also a theory that he navigates in space better than a cameraman, and on the level of sound waves, calculated the distance from the twins to the door and felt Michael Jackson's speed. And while others thought that the twins could wait, he already accurately calculated that they wouldn't make it 100%.
Yes, it seems like it. Then it becomes clear why he confidently snatched the remote from Lucky Cameraman. Look at the insane speed of this SKIBIDI toilet. It's just incredible.
You know, brother, there are so many victims in this series. It makes me very sad. I want to say just one thing. Press F to pay respects.
Rest in peace, brothers.
Rest in peace, brothers!
Yes, you're absolutely right, brother. It's really sad. Personally, I counted 7 dead agents in this part of the episode, including those 2 lying in the 69 pose. So press F once again to pay respects.
I think the F key has really worn out into dust today.
Imagine the emotions Plungerman is experiencing right now. As the leader, he is responsible for everyone in the team before the Alliance. Unable to withstand the heat of passion, he exploded and started punching Dark Speakerman in the head. At this moment, I admire the strength of spirit and character of Dark Speakerman. He's truly a cool guy. In his calmness, you can read immense experience. He just endured those blows and allowed his friend to release his anger to make it easier for him. Plungerman is no fool, and feeling this, he directed his final and most powerful blow at the wall next to Dark Speakerman.
It's an incredibly powerful blow. I think if he keeps hitting the same spot on the wall for 5 minutes, he'll be able to create a tunnel to another room.
This scene deserves respect. It teaches us to support each other in difficult times and reveals the true values of male friendship. Perhaps after these events, their relationship and trust in each other will become even stronger.
But I wouldn't look at this situation so one-sidedly. Maybe Dark Speakerman will hold a grudge and won't want to forgive.
No, brother, I'm sure he's a real man and just took this situation with understanding. He made a manly decision and sacrificed 2 agents for the sake of saving the majority of the squad. After all, the main goal is not for everyone to die together, but to find the central core of the bunker. So he took the hit with understanding and went further down the corridor.
Stop it! Stop it! I already have a lump in my throat, although I don't have a throat, if you know what I mean. Plungerman again shows his favorite gesture. But why didn't Michael Jackson break these doors?
There is a theory that these doors are maximally super durable, so they didn't even try to break them. Or there's a possibility that something very, very dangerous awaits them ahead. Notice what's far away, and an incomprehensible yellow mist.
It's not even yellow, it's closer to green. I'd say it's some kind of swampy color.
Yes, you're right. It looks a lot like acid. Maybe the main workshop for the production of this chemical substance is located there. Look at the door to the right. It's clearly a transport hub for cargo delivery. Look to the right at that large parapet. It's obviously designed for unloading vehicles.
Interesting observation. Indeed.
And here, our team of 5 people is moving on. There were too many losses today. I hope these sacrifices were not in vain.
I am absolutely sure that these agents did not die in vain. By the way, you wanted to analyze the theory that real people are here.
Yes. In my previous analyses, I mentioned that somewhere in the depths of these underground passages, there are real living people, and possibly horrific experiments are being conducted on them. There was also a theory that the terminals have a special device for reading the eye retina. It seems strange to me then because I don't think SKIBIDI toilets used that device. It was originally designed for real people. I think that even before the spread of the SKIBIDI virus, there were a huge number of people here, including scientists, maintenance staff, and security. And it's quite likely that their experiments got out of control and the SKIBIDI virus started spreading at an incredible speed. As a result, some people turned into SKIBIDI toilets, and those who didn't make it simply died. And most likely, this happened a long time ago because we see old skeletons instead of bodies. Of course, we can assume that their bodies were burned with acid, and only the bones remain. But as far as I know, acid destroys bones too. So most likely these skeletons formed over a long period.
I've come up with a million theories, but I have to say I'm watching the time.
Yes, brother, I understand everything. Time is up. We'll discuss all other theories and Easter eggs in our next videos. So like and subscribe to our Discord server to not miss the latest news. And may the force of the pyramid be with you. Good luck.